of course, and my NVIDIA is not working. Oh, criminy. All right, let me.
The 9 viewers should still be there if they stay, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. We get some feedback here.
This is why we don't use NVIDIA broadcast.
Go ahead and.
I love.
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Hidden Dagger Inn. We're having some technical difficulties, as it would not be a stream if we weren't having technical difficulties. So happy to have everyone here. Sorry we had to restart the stream real quick. Right now, Perry and Kreirian are going to go ahead and start. They're joining us again tonight. So first, give them a big welcome. And also, if you haven't followed them, make sure you guys go give them a follow. Give yourself a shout out, guys. Also, I am going to try to fix my cam real quick as we're having these technical difficulties. So I will be right back. You guys start us off and talk to us about one of the topics we're going to talk about tonight. The first one is going to be if you had to choose today, knowing what we know now, and your objective is to obtain a freehold the soonest you can, what profession in the artisan tree are you going to take? And take us away with that.
Barry, you want to hit it off?
Yeah, I'll go at it. Kriya and I we have definitely talked about this at length. Actually, a lot of other people too in the community.
I'm getting some feedback from someone, guys. Is somebody doubled up?
Doubled up. I'm good.
I'm hearing somebody.
No.
I'm good. Test. Is it me? I'll mute.
Yeah, I'm hearing
it's not
somebody else's stream. Hey, Rockda, how you doing, buddy?
Rocka, how you doing? Yeah, animal husbandry is late game. It's going to be a huge thing, but overall, for consistent money, I would have to say alchemy or fishing. Depending on how fishing is going to be with the trade routes, I don't know if they're going to do it because I always revert back to BDO. Where you can take it to different nodes, and different nodes will have different fish per sales per day, and then it'll be like a little degrading meter. I don't know if they're going to do that or not, but that's going to be really big. And then of course the auction house too. Everything is, how much we're going to make every server going to be different for auction house values. What do you think, Kree?
Like I said, so we had this conversation at length already, as you said earlier. But as herbalism and alchemy are going to always be the #1 gold gainer in any MMO.
Is that because dungeons, or is that because auction house, or just you selling, or just people use alchemy in potion or in herbalism more than any other profession?
We're going to take a second because we're in the middle of an ad.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Technical difficulty.
My NVIDIA broadcast, I'm like rebooting it, and it's like literally just loading up and just staying there, not doing anything.
Okay, cool. So my ad just finished, so I'm assuming most everyone else just did too.
I'm 40 seconds per act. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you said you got 4 seconds still, Learners?
Yeah, but who knows? Ads are the bane of my existence, so.
Yeah, it says still 30 seconds left on mine, so just talk about something for a second. Talk about the new emotes or something. Put some new emotes in the chat.
Oh, true. We do need to talk.
I don't think I have access to the new emotes.
I don't either. How funny.
Yeah.
We'll have to remedy that. Too. We'll have to remedy that.
How am I subbed and I don't have emote?
Boy, this NVIDIA broadcast.
You probably put the emotes under the wrong thing.
This is the first time I've had a problem with NVIDIA broadcast.
Use OBS. OBS is better.
No.
It is.
No.
It is. Yeah.
Nope. Not converting me. I started off with OBS.
All right. I think we're back. What a start.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So biggest gold gainer is 100% alchemy. Okay. The reason for that is potions are needed throughout the entire game. I don't care beginning, end, in the middle, anywhere. Everyone is always going to be buying potions one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning, people aren't going to be too focused on getting like all of this high tier gear and everything like that at the beginning of crafting, right? Most everybody's going to be able to craft their own starting gear. Just fine. People are going to start looking at gear somewhere in the middle to late if questing and stuff doesn't give it to them. Potions. Most people aren't going to be able to craft those themselves, especially at the different tiers. We also found out earlier today that each tier of potion has a separate cooldown. So if there's 6 tiers, you can have 6 different potions on your hotbar and use all 6 of those.
Which I still think is a little ridiculous. You know, be like, oh, I got 6 different tiers. I can just go, oh, iron side potion for armor, this for magic armor, this for this, for this, for this. It's a little bit too much. I want them to streamline it down a little bit. And you're obviously going to say, no, Perry, you're an idiot. You know, I want more potions. More potions, the better, because I spam them and I chug them. Am I right?
Actually, yes, he's camera broke because of his face. Are we surprised? I think not.
All right, we're just going no green screen. Welcome to my messy room. There we go. At least you can see me. We'll figure fucking that out later. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Wait, who said I was ugly? Was it you, Hawaiian boy? Did Hawaiian boy tell me that I was ugly?
Ugly.
Wow. Listen here. Listen here, Kuta Kinte. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
I just agreed. Okay, I didn't say it.
You know, my hate dar is going off. Do not be hating on all this sexy. I know.
Hate dar? I've never heard that.
I know. You know, my hate-o-meter is just like off the tilt right now because you guys are you're young and you're full of something. I don't know what it is, but
age
anyway.
Before beauty.
I'm just saying. At least my hair's not going white.
Hey. Oh shit!
I need to get a hair transplant right now.
But
be 36 in August.
You're 23. I hope my hair doesn't go white at 23 either. What the hell? I mean, come on. All right. Anyway, so you guys got us. You started it off on the. We're talking about the professions, right? And what professions? Mm-hmm. And what did you guys come up with? What was your profession? Give me your top one profession from each of you.
We were. We both pretty much agreed. We've already had this discussion. But for ones that I like, we both agreed on alchemy and fishing. Fishing, me personally, depending on how they do it, but because like Kree so eloquently put it, you're going to be using alchemy throughout the entire game, potions through the entire game, whether for starting or your alt for having XP potions. All kinds of stuff.
But don't you think those higher end recipes are going to be a little bit, the ones where you actually make some decent money are going to be a little bit farther down the tree? Because the question itself was, how are you going to make the money early on? And we have to assume, and we'll get to the leveling a little bit later, on how fast we think leveling will be. And we have to be level 50 before we can get a freehold. And we do know there's going to be a freehold rush. So it's alchemy. Are you going to make enough money from it early to make it worth it other than maybe gathering? Kree?
So the problem with being a crafting profession early on in the game is that a lot of the early quests and stuff are going to be giving you gear. You're also going to be doing the early dungeons and stuff to get your gear. Most players are not going to be focused on spending money on buying crafted gear. What will they spend money on? Things to not die. Potions. As we said earlier, potions have their different tiers, and as an alchemist and a normal node, you can do processing up to, I think, expert, like journeyman or expert inside a node. You don't need to have a freehold until you get up towards the grandmaster tier for the higher end stuff for processing. That's when freeholds are actually required.
You want to rock this question, Kree? Or his response?
It's sad fishing is an artisan profession. I love fishing in ESO with good catches from the get-go. Yeah, I actually enjoyed fishing in ESO.
I'm an arcade fisherman myself.
What does that mean? With the chances you can get good catches from the get-go. So ashes you can't catch like the rare fish in the beginning?
Yes, so in ESO, fishing didn't have like its own skill line or anything like that, right? Like you had your fishing pole, you had your bait, you went and go fished. Whatever you caught, you could fillet it, and then that's when you get like the meat or the perfect well or something like that, right? It's just complete RNG chance.
Okay.
Fishing in ashes is you have to actually do the fishing profession, choose that as your profession, and do it all the way.
I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more like arcade fishing, where a lot of people, when they started arcade fishing, they would start skilling up the profession by just doing like in the pond and stuff like that. And then they would gradually, as they got money to afford a fishing boat, they would go out and go into the open seas where the deep fishing in Ashes is going to come into play. That's where the sport fishing, you'd need a sport fishing pole. You'd need chum where you could throw into the water to bring the fishies up at the sport fishing spots. And that's where you could get fishes that were about, anywhere from 16 to 30 something gold per fish. You'd throw it on your back and you'd, take it back to the fish stand. So it was pretty lucrative. I have a feeling it's going to be much the same in Ashes.
Not to go on a tangent, but do you think, so there's 3 types of fishing in or Ashes. So you got like the rivers, and then you got like the bigger streams or the lakes or whatever, and then you got the sea. Are you going to have to start on the rivers to get to the sea, or can you just go to the sea and just level that way? Anyone know?
I think it just highly depends on the type of rod and bait you have at that point.
So it's just on tools, or like, do you have to be a higher level to make the higher level harpoons to go out to the sea and like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's going to be that way.
I think it depending on like how Ashes does their fishing. I don't know if they're going to do a mini game out of it or just kind of just like throw the rod, get a bait, click a button.
Well, I was saying through artisan certificate. You know how like you have to do your quests to like level up. Maybe that's going to be it for fishing. Who knows?
Probably. And honestly, the sea itself might just be level locked.
Welcome, Corpse Taker. Welcome to the channel.
Locked.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Like if you throw your rod out in the sea and your line keeps breaking, then you might need to get a better line or something. Like that.
That'd be really cool if it was just like it doesn't say, oh, error, wrong tool. It's like it literally the waves or the fish break your line every time. Make it more immersive. That'd be really cool.
The fishing in Arcade was a lot of fun. It was very interactive. The mini game was pretty fun out there, and it was so interactive where you kind of needed to focus on it and also pay attention to not getting ganked or an incoming ship getting ready to give you some surprise butt sex. So it was very interesting mechanic, and they actually had a mechanic which I don't know if they're going to have in Ashes because it hasn't been verified yet. But they had what you could put on your ship later on. It was very expensive, but it was a telescope, okay, where you could see incoming ships from far away coming in. So much further than the naked eye could see, which helped you, get out and skedaddle if you were going to. I hope that they have something like that so you don't, get surprised all the time. But again, it'll probably be very expensive, something that guilds will have, and then not only use it to get away from targets, but also find targets. You guys like something like that?
I want to...
How do we get for professionals?
Yeah, just engineer like...
I'm on my own versions of tangents. Follow Jamie Chaos and Annie Lace, by the way.
Yeah, super tangents. We'll call this, yeah. But... All right, so on that note, because we've had this discussion before about the telescopes, the submarine... and things like that. But engineering, if you could make a water mine, a ship mine that you could throw out if people are chasing you, oh, that'd be sick. That would be sick. Even if it was like really tough to make or expensive to make, it would, and just like one shot or even half shot ships or slow them down.
What do you guys think though about having a mechanic to be able to see incoming ships?
I mean, I think it'd be cool, but the problem is I'm just not too interested in the naval stuff.
Get out! Get out!
You will.
Out!
Yeah, sorry, this is the wrong title. This is the naval stream.
This is horrible. We're always a naval stream here. It's always naval.
Pretty much always talk about fish in some way.
Who here in chat is excited for naval? Come on, guys. I want naval. If you don't get out, Kree. How do I get rid of his webcam? We got to here.
A telescope has to be
okay.
Oh, go ahead.
The naval stuff is cool, and I'll definitely try it out. Mm-hmm. The thing is, say hello to my little friend. Rather than anything else.
Who is this Kreirian anyway?
He's some loser that decided to drop in. I don't know.
Rocka.
He asked for to come on. So
he's a superstar in the Ashes community.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you're not being serious. as active as you are around all the things.
Rakta's in like every channel. He's like a VIP in every channel. By the way, Rakta, Is it a woman? I'm not sure. I don't want to presume.
Yeah,
You know,
no, we don't do that.
We don't do that here. I don't know everybody's pronouns, so you know. By the way, viewers, we just got some new emotes, so feel free to try them out. I'd love to see them in chat. So check them out.
Last I checked, I'm not a woman. Oh wow!
Thank you. All right. See, I didn't say you were a woman, Rocked Out. I'm just saying.
You know. We don't judge here at the Hidden Dagger.
No, I mean we let Kreirian in. So.
Oh wow.
Boom boom. Let's see.
Fire back.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised Twitch hasn't broken with your ugly face out.
Oh, don't be hating on the beautiful. You are so jealous. So jealous. Corpse Taker says, "I'm an Apache an attack helicopter."
Yeah, I love that. I identify as an attack helicopter. That's so funny.
Great. The only person I'm jealous here is probably Perry because you can actually grow a beard. That's nice.
Oh wow!
You should have seen my last job when they told me how to cut it. I was literally like this full like Islamic beard, and they're like they didn't even recognize me when I came in for the next day. It's like, oh, geez.
All right, enough about your beard. Corpse Taker, tell us a little bit about yourself. And again, welcome to the channel. Let me give you a proper welcome. Are you in Alpha, Corpse Taker? And if not, welcome to the community. I haven't seen your name around, so we're glad to see you here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? And Rockta, I know you're all over the place. Yes, sir. A2, awesome. Whoa, what have we lost you guys?
Uh-oh.
It says you closed the stream together.
Well, I love this program already. Not.
Right. It says
we got so upset that we just left.
I didn't close it. Let me go to Creator Dashboard.
Yeah, they can.
Manage stream. How do I do this now? See, this is why I hate this.
He's over there trying to figure out how to just get me off the screen and ends up taking everybody.
Stream together. Well, I don't know why.
Deleted by moderator. What?
Moderator. Wow.
What?
Really?
I said revolt. That's all I said as a joke. And then I was like, what?
I just don't know why I lost you guys.
Do me.
Let's see.
Maybe because I spammed it. I just went revolt. That's it.
Okay, here's Kreirian. Let me send him an invite. And
currently timed out from chat. This Twitch is really doing a number on us tonight.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they're not. It's not being kind to us tonight. All right, let me add you as. Okay, sending you an invite too, Perry. Did you guys get these invites I just sent you?
I'm heading in right now.
All right, there we go. Sorry, guys, we're having some major technical difficulties tonight. I really apologize for this. If it wouldn't be it wouldn't be technical difficulties if it wasn't streaming. So.
And now we're switched around.
That's okay. It looks better. It looks better with Perry on top anyway because they put the ugly in the middle. So.
The reason why ugly always on the bottom. It's always on the bottom.
No,
you're echoing, Peon.
Oh.
I am?
No, it was me.
Oh,
okay.
All right. So, where were we?
He's echoing for me, too. Okay, shit.
Damn it. All right.
Sorry.
Make sure you mute yourself in the stream together. Or just turn his volume down.
Test? There you go.
I haven't changed anything.
No. It's definitely echoing for you. Or me.
It was our side. Don't worry about it.
All right. How about that? No, wait.
It's still echoing, but I don't care. Just keep going.
There we go. How's that? Better?
Yes, better.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I think we got it, guys. I think we got it. God, what a clusterfuck. All right.
Until you click the wrong button again.
I didn't click anything. I don't know why it went off. I wonder if it some kind of.
It's all you.
Yeah, some kind of. It was giving it the problems earlier where it was too much for us and it was shutting down. So I don't know. My mouse is like right in the middle on our screen that I'm looking at right now. Yeah, I like Corpse Takers. It's a ghost. Fuck, man, I didn't do it. All right. Anyway, where were we at? Because I totally got sidetracked. Oh, you were saying fishing, alchemy. I like your point there about people aren't going to want to die and they're going to need to go ahead and take pots. I think that's a very, very valid point. Will they want to spend their money on it when they're trying to save up for a freehold, or are they just going to take the experience loss?
Yes, but then who's going to be spending money on all the other crafting professions at that point? Then
maybe they're not. I don't see. That's what I don't. I think just gathering in general will be. There are going to be some people who know that stuff is going to be cheap early on, because everybody's gathering. So they might want to buy all that stuff early on. Maybe, I don't know, but because it's probably going to be more expensive later on down the line. But gathering, in my mind, will be the best way to make early money. I don't think maybe it's possible.
Are you talking about just vendoring stuff?
No,
like just straight selling.
You know what? Yeah, it probably would be out like, or maybe caravans using that glint. It's free.
By your logic at that point, doing caravans early is the best source of income. Then.
I think now that I think about it, caravans might be, well, assuming you don't have every Tom, Dick, and Harry trying to jack your car, so, that's something to be said.
The other problem with that is caravans are only accessible when your node's tier 3. When people get access to freehold.
Yeah, you're still gonna have to level. Leveling will make the most money, period, just by killing mobs.
Think about all the glint we're gonna have. By the time we get a village and it gets leveled up a little bit.
That's the thing though, with the glint and everything, you can buy the commodities and sell them right back, or you can buy the commodities and put them in your backpack and go
sell them somewhere else or
so there's nothing that's stopping you from taking a small set of commodities in your bag and traveling somewhere and selling it.
Who's planning on doing a lot of caravans? I know myself, I'm planning to do a lot of caravans, and I want to do more of the defender side because I want to level that part up. I'm going to focus on that early in the alpha, and I want to see how that works.
Do you think it's going to be are there going to be mainline or main story quests that make you do a caravan quest?
So
maybe, but yeah, go ahead. You're going to address that.
Corpse freeholds. To have access to a freehold, you have to have a level 50, and you have to do the freehold quest. From then on, you can purchase a freehold or do an auction for a freehold. Being able to buy one can be a team goal, and then you can create a family with the people that helps you. But you can do it solo, and then add people on as a family later.
Yeah, I definitely, Corpse, if you're thinking about a freehold at all, solo, and I made a video on this on my YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out my YouTube channel, go check it out. Same thing, Hidden Dagger in. But also with the freeholds, there's only going to be a few thousand of them per server, right? On a server that's 8 to 10,000 concurrent players, right? But eventually up to 50,000 players on that server, not at the same time, but on that server. If you want a freehold, you're definitely going to want to put a family together. And I think a family is what a lot of people are really overlooking about this game. Anybody who's played ArcAge understands the concept of a family and where Steven is getting it from. So knowing who your family is going to be really important going into the Alpha 2 and then also going into the launch especially, because you're going to want people who are like-minded working together. Have you guys experienced a family in ArcAge or any other game that they're going to put into this?
I personally no. I not necessarily family, of course, guilds, that feel like family, but not where you actually it limits a certain group of people economically and yeah.
Here, come say hi, barista. Come around the corner and say hi to everybody. Say hello to Jericho. This is one of my sons. Duck down, Jericho. They can't see. Hey, there's my barista. This is Jericho Bucks right here. Say hi. All right. Say hi. One more time.
Jericho Bucks.
All right. Get out. Love you. All right.
Preet, did you play ArcAge?
I played a little bit of it, yeah.
So you know about this family system?
Yes, I know about the family system. The nice thing about the Ashes one, though...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my underground lair.
Hey, thank you, Corpse
wow.
Tiger, for the follow. You are now at 550 that you gave us. I appreciate the follow. Hey, KS, how you doing, my friend?
I did not know that at all. So,
yes,
anywhere in the world or at your freehold?
I don't know the specifics on it.
There's no way it's...
Yeah. I don't know. But apparently you're supposed to be able to teleport to your other family members.
Yeah, you can family summon. There is a family summon mechanic. Now, as far as I understand, you can't do it when you're in combat. You can't do it like in the middle of a caravan or anything like that, and you can't bring anything with you. So you're not going to have any of that stuff in you. Oh, that sounds good, Chaos. I appreciate it, buddy.
You'll still have your armor, your gear on.
Yeah, you can have your gear, but you cannot keep it. Yeah, you can't bring resources. You can't like go out there and mine some really good shit and then just port back. It's not going to work like that. So
that makes sense. But being in a family gives you the ability to travel.
And that's you can only start a family when you have a freehold, or no?
I think you can have a family.
No, you could
prior to that.
Yeah, family summon should be at pretty much any time.
That's huge. You could be a continent away, and then boom.
To have other people do stuff on your freehold, they have to be part of your family.
Yeah.
That's the requirement.
Which can be up to 9 if you get married. So
yes,
and
you can have 8 and then marry somebody outside.
And that's going to be big. It's going to be a big mechanic. I think a lot of people are sleeping on and they're not understanding. I'm interested to find out if we're going to have family quests. But the big thing about the family summon is, and I think this is going to be the big debate, is how long is the cooldown going to be? Are we talking a half-hour cooldown? Some people have said a day. Some people said 3 hours.
And it's a Hearthstone, so it's got to be an hour, right? 60 minutes?
It's not just a Hearthstone, though.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it a Hearthstone like from WoW or something like that, but depending on how powerful it is. Yeah.
I said like 12 hours.
Make them really think about when wanting to use it. Because think about it. So say we're out there, right? And Perry and I are doing a caravan run, right? But, Kree and some of the other guys are, off pulling their tallywhackers in the forest somewhere. So we go ahead and we're doing our caravan run, but we get jumped, right? And they go and they don't have that many people. Maybe they have 5 people. And we could use a few more people. So we could, before we go back and engage that caravan to try to get it back, we could summon Kree and the rest of our family to come help us. So that's a legitimate strategy. It should work like that, I'm assuming. What do you guys think?
Longer the better, right?
It completely depends on the cooldown on it. And if it's summoning somebody, is the person summoning the one that goes on cooldown, or the person that takes the teleport?
I think all of them. I think if you take it and you summon, you should use your cooldown.
And should it be like a warlock summon, where it takes multiple family members to summon someone back or whatever?
No, I don't know about that because.
Just a thought.
What? Because say you're a gatherer, right? Hypothetical.
It's a family thing.
Yeah. Well, here's a hypothetical. You're roaming, right? You're doing some gathering, and you stumble across a world boss outside that just spawned, right? And you want to, get your guild there and stuff like that. So everybody's family gets there, and they start summoning people right away. I think that should put everybody's on cooldown. So that's just my thought. I think if you take it, it should put it on cooldown, and if you use it, it should put it on cooldown. Thoughts?
But then at that point, you wouldn't be able to summon your entire family.
Yeah, you can only do one.
Well, no, I'm talking one at a. Well, that's a good point.
That's why it's like, okay,
summon a family portal.
You summon somebody, yours goes on cooldown if you summon somebody.
Okay, yeah, I like that way better. Mine didn't make sense.
Then that person can summon somebody else, etc. Going down the line, if you wanted to do it that way.
Yeah, I like that. That makes more sense. Mine didn't make too much sense. So that sounds more logical. But back, sorry about this tangent that I ran off to. This shit just pops in my head and I just run with it. So back to I have the processing, or not, the artisan list up here on top. I don't know if you guys can see it. So Kree thinks that herbalism. So let's break it down more. If we have our gathering professions, our processing, and our crafting. So you think the processing is going to be the best go from the very start, and probably end game, it's going to make a lot of money too.
Mid to end, yeah, for sure.
So, but we don't want to think mid. We want to think early, because that was the question posed. Because we're trying to get money for a freehold.
But freeholds are end game, so you can't really.
Which is 2 weeks according to this leveling process.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not lying.
Well, also realize that it's going to take you time to upgrade your freehold in and of itself as well.
Right, it will take time and money and stuff like that.
You have to get the blueprints, then you have to build it up, etc., etc.
No,
it's gonna take, once you get your freehold, you gotta hold it, and have enough money and stuff to get your other stuff that you need to actually use it.
Wouldn't it suck if you get up the hidden dagger in and like our node gets attacked and we lose like the hidden dagger in like right away? Wouldn't that suck balls? Yeah. Hey guys,
things like that will happen.
It's good. It's absolutely going to happen, and I hope people are prepared for it. And more than that, I hope that I love the PvE people out there. I'm a PvP guy, but I totally see why some of the PvE people are a little nervous and stuff like that. But I don't want them to be. I think they're going to be safe for the most part. But what I want them to try to sit there and enjoy is the PvP of the nodes and the castles and stuff like that. You know, you're with a whole bunch of other people. Try to embrace it and enjoy it and have fun. Don't think of it as griefing or ganking or anything like that. The siege combat is a ton of fun. Being on the trebuchets and the catapults and stuff like that. It's really enjoyable. So give it a chance if you're hesitant about trying it. What do you guys think?
I'm definitely for it. I'm not the biggest PvP guy, but I will play it. You know, I will fight you if I have to. I have no problem with it, but I won't actively seek people to go out and kill. I'm not like super like murder, death, kill. So, yeah.
Well, why do you think I'm streaming? I want people to come attack me. Come stream fight me. Give me free content. I am tired of having to hunt people down. Just come to me.
Well, they will for sure when they see us running caravans. I'm sure. Well,
God, if we get stream sniped, what a possibility.
And that's another thing. I don't know about your guild, Envious Kreirian, but I know Overlord. If I'm streaming like a guild event, I'm going to have to be on a hefty guild or a hefty time delay. Have you and Envious talked about that on what kind of a time delay you're going to be on?
Yeah, so we haven't decided like exactly what time delay stuff that's happening, but that is, well, currently they're leading towards that you're just not allowed to stream those things. You're allowed to record it, and like you can post it later or do like a rerun or something.
Really? Okay.
But that's only doing guild activity stuff. That's not doing my personal activity stuff.
And how long are you planning to stream guilds? Because I don't know how I'm going to break it down, and that's kind of the beautiful thing about Alpha 2 is that we're going to be able to really feel out what works well with streaming and what perhaps doesn't. Get to have a little trial and error with that. So I'm really looking forward to that because I don't want to compromise the guild. By the way, if you're looking for a guild, I'm an Overlord. Happy to be there. So if you're looking for a good guild that is planning on doing a lot of server first, I encourage you to go look it up. And you can find my link in the About page for... I believe the Hidden Dagger Inn, which will take you to the Overlord site, or also you can see it on my YouTube site. And Kreirian is
currently being beat up by Envious. So
yeah. Oh please,
Oh.
please. Maybe with numbers, not skill. Anyway, Kreirian is an Envious, and Peranaught he's solo. Nobody wanted him yet. So
No, not yet at least.
Kreirian, or not Kreirian, but Peranaught, are you looking to join a guild?
Yes, I think I'm going to be part of Dunehold. It's an all-dwarf guild.
That's right.
Yeah.
he's gonna be digging a hole.
Yeah, diggy hole. Yeah, get all the shinies. Get all the
So you're
ore.
going to be in a hole big enough to cover your body, huh? So you're going to be digging it about 1 foot?
Under.
Oh, but I could dig myself out. It's okay.
It's only about a foot hole. It's a foot hole if it's going to cover a dwarf.
No,
ad break coming up.
Gotta love ads. Just turn them off. Just completely turn them off.
Chaos says, I've been wondering if the guild was named after the series of Overlord. Are you talking about like the anime? Yes, I believe it was Chaos.
Wow, it really was? I didn't know that.
I believe it is, yeah.
Eins au Goal.
Yeah, I believe
Eins au Goal.
I don't know too much about anime, but I've seen that reference a few times.
A decent one.
I believe that's what it is. And they're a good bunch of people. Dracobringer is a good guild leader. He's very organized. Really looking forward to trying it out in Alpha 2 to see how that goes. So, going on to... So, we didn't really get very far with the professions and what we think is the best. I mean, I guess time will tell with the Alpha 2 because a lot of that will flesh itself out. But let's go to another subject. Let's talk, because we talked briefly about how fast it's going to be to level. And let's break this down. So, according to Kreirian, and I've seen Steven say this as well, he says that the leveling is going to be 4 to 6 hours on an average, right? For 45 days. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that comes out to what, 250 hours, Kreirian?
225.
225. So, now 4 to 6 hours, I believe that, a lot of people are going to go way past that. So, I believe that you're going to have your degenerates are going to be level 50 in about 12 and a half days, doing about 18 hours a day. Hey, Tango, how you doing? Whoop, we got to do a break here. Let's give Nuclear Tango a shout out here and try our new...
New and improved?
New and improved breaking news. Let's see if it works. No, it doesn't. All right, that's great. All right.
All your sources are just done.
All my sources.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All right, so no breaking news for you. Sorry. But anyway, I don't know what happened to everything.
Give a shout out to Nuclear Tango.
Yeah, give a shout out. There we go. All right. Hey, Nuclear, how you doing tonight? I don't know what happened to my shit. Ay. Here, take it away real quick, guys, while I see if I can adjust this real quick.
Time to kill. I think you left off as we are degenerate. And something like that, no life, losers.
No, and, I can't adjust it now.
15 to 18 hours, yeah, I could see people doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm doing a 72-hour stream. Literally right
There's a degenerate right from the
wait.
get-go. I mean, right from the get-go, a super degenerate. I'm curious.
I will be on for 72 hours straight streaming it.
I'm curious because hey, how you doing?
I can't wait to troll you during it.
How you doing, Dragon Civilization? Welcome to the channel. I saw you followed earlier. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Hidden Dagger Inn. We're glad to have you here. We're talking about leveling speed right now and how fast we think it should be and how fast we think it will be. If you have any thoughts on that, please chime in. We try to be a very interactive channel with the chat here, and we want to hear your guys' thoughts, especially if you're new. We want to help educate you guys. Well, actually, Kreirian's here to help educate you. I'm here to give you a giggle every now and again, and Perry's just here for his looks. So,
yep.
But other than that, the
brains, brawn, and beauty.
But see, Dragon Civilization says it should take a month for level 2. I want my battle axe to last 4 levels. Lol. A month to level the whole till level 50. Is that what you're saying?
No,
or
just a month to go from level 1 to level 2.
Oh, good lord. That's some hardcore shit right there.
I like the way you think.
Yeah,
the longer the better. Period.
I'm okay with that.
Honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. I mean, I would totally be okay if they doubled the thing, but I really want it to be meaningful. But I guess it depends on what Ashes of Creation wants from us. Are they trying to get us quicker to 50 so we can experience more of that in-game loop with in-game caravans and in-game castles and node sieges? Is that what they're trying to do? Is that why they're not making it as long? What do you guys think?
I don't know. Go ahead, Kree.
I'm just kind of confused on the question itself.
Like, do you think do you think that Ashes of Creation is making the time to level only 45 days on an average of 4 to 6? But we're not, screw the 4 to 6. We're not talking about 4 to 6. We're talking 2 weeks. It's going to be 2 weeks for people to start getting to in-game shit. Do you think Ashes is making it quicker so we can get to in-game and do in-game stuff quicker?
For the alpha?
No.
Or
okay.
regular
With alpha, we only get to go to level 30. So this is for launch.
All right.
Hitting level 50 does not mean you're at endgame yet.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Like,
no,
there
but
are so many ways to advance in the game.
Sure, there's secondary progression systems. Sure, but it's max level. So I mean, it's not like there's realm ranks or anything like that. But there is a progression systems, a bunch of them that can go down. No, you're right. It's not in game, but it's also where a freehold is considered pretty big, and that you could do at level 50. You don't need a secondary progression system to go do that. And can you answer Dragon Civilization's comment there, Kreir?
We have no idea how nodes are going to increase leveling speed. Also, freeholds, I don't know. I just want to, I feel that. just take your battle axe and go chop everything down.
Yeah, just keep attacking, keep swinging until you get to level 50. Boom, done.
Well, and we know that alts are going to get to be quicker because when there are freeholds, and as far as the leveling process, when there are freeholds and people have time to upgrade their taverns, Hidden Dagger Inn, just a little plug, we're going to have some nice beds where you can sleep in and great food where you're going to be able to get a lot more rested XP than you would if you were just staying at, like Jamie Chaos's tavern. I'm just throwing it out. I love you, Jamie.
The brothel?
Yeah. My alchemy is going to be so sought after.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I mean that's gonna boost up leveling even more so then. But that's down the road. I'll already be level 50 by then, so I don't give a shit. But Perry, you were gonna say something.
The level, there was a lot of theories behind not just Ashes, but other games like BDO. Is it good to have a level cap or not? Like you could have end game stuff like your freeholds and at 50, but always give players something more to keep going, a little bit of something. Make it.
Gotta have something for the mouse to chase.
Yeah, just no matter what, it should always be progressing, or or else players, when they get to level 50, they stop. They feel like, oh, they have nowhere else to go. It's kind of like the gambler's thing too. You just got to keep them throwing money, keep them throwing dice. You know.
Once you hit level 50, you have all of your professions that you're trying to level up. You have all your different weapon skill trees you still got to finish doing. You have your
that just makes me feel like New World right there, though. All the leveling, the weapon progressions. I feel like New World.
I still think leveling.
It might be similar to that, but I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna think that leveling will level those up with you for the weapons you're using, but what about all the others?
No. I still think just giving people levels is important to like as a mindset. To even just make it harder and harder, like a typical level progression. But it seems like when people get to max level in any game, they think that they're finished. I mean, like between like all of us, like we're hardcore achievement people for the most part. We like to max out everything and do all that. But to the common player, to the casual player, they're going to get to 50, they're going to do some stuff, and then they're going to be gone.
Depends what game it is. If it's like The Witcher, I just want to do something until I get to sleep with the girl, then I'm done with the game. But
well, there's lots of parts here where you can do that.
Dragon Civilian says a good balance for vertical and horizontal progression. I think Steven is going for the right path. Yeah, I think so too. When the game launches, there's going to be a plethora of stuff for us to do. But this brings me to another point, and we can get back to the leveling topic in a few minutes, but this brings me to another point. I just recently put up a video today on checking our expectations on YouTube, and I want you guys to think about, a lot of people are expecting Alpha 2 to be a full game already, because everyone's used to the early access. We know this is not going to be true. Steven has said as much. There's going to be bugs. It's not going to be feature complete and all these other things. But that takes me to a step further. When launch finally comes, I want people to realize that this game, while it will have many game loops for us to do, caravans and metropolises and castle fights and all these other game loops and secondary progression systems it has, it will be far from a finished product when it launches. This is the type of game that we're going to see, I think, over the next 10 years is going to be something very special, where I don't think this is going to really get its peak viewers or peak subscribers until about 10 years down the road. What do you guys think about that?
10 years? Peak subscribers in
now
10
that's
years?
Tough, because early on I think it's gonna because we're in a different age now. I think we're gonna blow everything out of the water right now. The New Worlds was like 1.5 million or something like that. People when first bought the game. I think this game hits 3 million at launch right away for subs. Now I don't know what the peak will be, but I mean it's going to be. I believe this game's popularity will keep going up. I do believe eventually it will pass the initial the initial subscriber list. I think when it caters to a bunch of people that figure out what this game is and all the stuff that they're going to add in the future, I believe it slowly will overtake that number over time and become the most popular MMO. Maybe not to WoW numbers, but damn close. I don't know what WoW numbers are for current subscribers, but it's going to be a lot. I really believe so. What do you, Kreirian and Perry, what do you think?
I really, I agree with you. Yeah, it's going to be way more than we think it is. 3 million, and then I don't think the later it gets, it's going to just keep building. But for these first 2 years after launch, yeah, it's going to be huge. People are still going to be excited about the game, and yeah, I want it to be to keep building, and just keep going and going, and we'll have expansions or add-ons or whatever they decide. But
well, think about Steven in general. I mean, he's a Pathfinder DM. You can't tell me that he doesn't have so many things in his mind that he wants to put into the game right now. But he can't because of scope creep. We don't want to delay the project any more than, it's already been. So you got to figure that. And they said, what, content every 3 to 6 months? Something about that, quarterly, or every 6 months they're going to be adding new content. 6 months. Yeah. So you got to figure there's going to be a lot of stuff rolling out. And the alpha people are going to test it and get everything, all those bugs out of the way, at least most of them, before they release that stuff. So there's going to be a lot of improvements to this game. And I'm so excited for the future, but I am also very excited to be a pioneer with you guys at the very beginning of this game. I think it's going to be great. But those who think it's going to be a finished product and this is all we're going to see when it comes out to launch in Alpha 2, you're mistaken. It's going to get way better. So stick in there.
How many people do you think at launch?
At launch, I think you guys are way too
low
overboarding it for 3 million.
It's already got 3 million accounts. And it hasn't even been publicly really put out there yet.
2, honestly, but 3 is like...
It has 3 million accounts, but there's also the stuff that's going to happen with Alpha 2. Mm-hmm. People are either going to add on or drop off because of what they see in Alpha 2, seeing if they even like it.
I would imagine more will add on.
The second part of that also is that New World had over 3 million accounts as well, and theirs didn't even hit 1 million.
I don't think million. Show me that stat. I don't remember New World having 3 million.
No, they didn't. I said they didn't even have 1 million.
I'm saying I don't remember them having 3 million accounts made.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that stat sounds. I heard something like 1.5 million they reached, and they didn't have accounts. They had to buy the game, so their initial account purchase. Somebody can look it up for us. I don't know. Kreirian is the wiki master, so.
We'll take his word for it.
Google master. No, I'm not. I'm not taking his word for shit. I want fucking facts. Show it to me. I'm not going to let him slide on this.
I'm going right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
really
wrong.
That popular?
New World was pretty popular at first.
New World was extremely popular on launch.
It just didn't last long. It didn't hold.
Amazon, right? That's Amazon's.
Yeah, it's Amazon, and I was really hoping it would have been better. Here's the problem with New World, guys. New World was messed up from the very beginning because they didn't have a direction. First, it was a survival game, a full loot game, and then they started to cater to the masses and started to make it more Care Bearish and PvE and stuff that along the way. They lost their identity. They didn't have a clear direction. The difference between New World and Ashes is Ashes has a clear direction. Steven has his core pillars, which he is not changing for. He's not changing them for anybody. There might be some stuff that they can go ahead and tweak, but not his core pillars. Go ahead, Kree. I see your hand up.
Yeah. New World, in the first month of its release, sold 4.5 million units.
All right. I stand corrected. In the first month. Okay. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. So if New World hit that,
active players never reached over 1 million.
No way.
That's crazy.
They peaked over.
You mean at one time?
Concurrent?
No. Concurrent players for the
month. That's concurrent though. But I mean, if I can't imagine that 3.5 other million people bought the game and didn't load it up. So, I mean, because they weren't on at the same time.
I'm just looking at the graph right now. Here, I'll put the graph in Discord for you.
But that's impressive.
I'm curious. Please do.
This is what happens in the first game.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting, and but I really believe people are going to go ahead and with all the, I mean, we're going to have big time. Did Asmongold? He played New World, right? And I'm sure some of the other big time streamers all played New World.
He goes over this video all the time about New World stats and stuff. Yeah.
And I know that Asmon is definitely going to be playing Ashes. Lazy Peon will be playing Ashes. Tim the Tatman will be playing Ashes. Every big streamer in the world is going to come out and play Ashes. There's going to be a lot of eyes on this game.
I don't think they're going to stay.
They're not.
Streamers in general will not stay. There's going to be a few like us. I think Asmon might, there's going to be a few like us, the ones who have been streaming Ashes of Creation before the game's even out, that are planning on staying for a long time.
Maybe Shroud.
But you're right. The good majority of them are going to be there for clicks and views. We know that. Mm-hmm. And hopefully Ashes knows that.
Asmon, Shroud, Tin the Tatman, freaking all of those big time streamers will not stay unless they put a significant delay on their streams, because there will be hundreds of thousands of stream snipers.
Well, there might be hundreds of thousands of stream snipers, but only, that's assuming on an 8 to 10,000 server that 8,000 of them are trying to get them. So, I mean,
and he runs with like 100 people deep everywhere he goes.
Yeah, I mean, he'd probably welcome it. I mean, you're going to need some serious people. I'm sure he'll have some kind of a delay. I think all of us will have some kind of a delay. how much it'll make a difference, but
I'm not.
I'm not really worried about it unless I'm streaming for some guild stuff and they need me to go ahead and do that. So that would make perfect sense.
I wonder who out of all the content creators of Ashes, who's going to have the biggest guild?
Biggest guild in Ashes.
It's not my guild. Don't look at me.
Narc? Maybe?
Maybe.
Narc has his own community. I'm not sure if he said he's making his own guild or not.
I can tell you right now, Asmon's guild is going to be the biggest at the start.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he was
I
saying
mean, like
Ashes creation people now.
Like of the groups.
Oh, now?
Yeah.
The biggest right now, just numbers wise, actually, I think is Envious.
Yeah, but like streamer.
Are they content creators?
Yeah.
It's either Envious or Furium. I think are the two biggest ones right now.
Mm.
But that's his guilds. That's not like.
He's representing Envious, so technically it's.
All right. Well, I guess the Kreirian's the most popular. We just don't know yet.
No.
He's in the same situation I'm in.
Okay.
He's just like DA
and
yeah.
Yokai are the two people representing Envious as streamers.
Oh, I didn't know
I'm a
Yokai was an
streamer
Envious.
by myself, and I have no association with Envious on the streamer front.
I didn't know DA streamed.
perfectly
I'll have
clear.
to give him a follow. I didn't know that. Is
That
that
DA is under the Envious account, but he's waiting for Ashes to start streaming.
Okay. Well, I'll have to make sure Dragon Civilian says this is uncharted waters, dude. A light full loot PvP game and mainstream. This isn't gonna be Walking Daisy. No, like retail WoW. No, absolutely not, Dragon.
Oh, I know.
A lot of it's gonna take people a little while to get used to. But I think when people say you get ganked or whatever, or you die to a mob, it's not gonna be like a full loot game or anything like that where you lose all your loot and all your armor and you have to run back, with your dick swinging in the wind. It's not gonna be like that. So you're just going to be able to pick up your bag. You're going to lose a few harvestables, and that's it. You lose some experience. You got to gain back, which is cool.
What if they troll you all day? What if they kill you over and over and over all day?
As Margaret said, get friends. Get your guild. And
there's going to be some of those days, guys, for all of us, where we're just going to be locked down completely. So
I was going to say, it depends on what you're doing, I guess. Like, okay, if you're going for this quest, go to a different one.
Yeah, you're going to have to just go to a different direction, but...
There's going to be cases where you're farming in an area, and over time, we're going to find out really good grind spots, right? And where people like to grind and hang out and farm, especially in dungeons and stuff like that. And there's going to be people who are going to try to bully their way into those spots. Again, guys, that's where it comes to come to a guild. Go check out Envious or go check out Overlord where I'm in, and be part of a guild, because you can call your buddies. And, you don't have to worry about corruption, because if they're giving people enough problems, the guild leaders will say, fine, we'll just go to war with you and see how you like us now. And then we'll just go from there. And Rockta says, once I find you, you're done. Rockta is going to go get him. So, yeah. Go ahead, Kree.
So I'm going to be streaming. I'm not going to have a delay. Unless I'm doing, like, a caravan run or something guild-wise. You can come see me whenever you'd like. I have no problems with dying. I have no problems with being set back. I play survival games for
I'm used to it. I got like thousands of hours in Rust, Conan, and all those in 7 days to die. I die all the time, so it's nothing new to me. So no, I absolutely don't mind at all. You know what? I kind of feel like survival games have become the new MMOs right now, because MMOs have been such dog shit. So.
They scratch that itch for sure. That crafting.
They have something to itch. I mean, but I feel. Do you guys agree with that? Do you feel like the survival games have kind of become the MMOs and what the MMOs could do? I mean,
man, survival games have all become RPGs. 100%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at what's it called? Freaking Bellwright.
That's a fun game too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun game too.
Yeah, I mean,
it's if they made Bellwright online, and you were against other players trying to capture all the towns and everything like that.
They're talking about it. They're going to bring that in. And Manor Lord, same thing. They're going to make that.
It's PAX Day. There you go. Bellwright returning to PAX Day.
Can you go ahead and answer Rockta's question, Perry?
Can you implement it? Oh, go ahead.
Yes, you can implement. You can put one midstream.
It's a 5-minute delay. What's that in there? I forgot the settings on it.
So you can put up to any minute delay you want, depending on whatever your stream service is. Like OBS, you can go up to like 10, 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, I knew it was like long. Yeah.
But you could do it midstream. Some people like run an ad, and then it'll come back. Everything will come back after the ad. Or there's like this like buffering thing essentially that happens.
Do you think that WoW players, the majority of them, will find this game too hardcore? Find Ashes of Creation too hardcore?
Not the people that I think of when they play WoW.
I think it's
Like
going to be
WoW
refreshing.
casuals. There's no such thing as a WoW casual anymore to me. I don't know.
Kree, you want to reply to Dragon?
It's not hardcores that's going to ruin the game. It's the casuals who will try. And the whole defense of the casuals right now is the whole corruption system and everything like that. Like, that's their defense. And the corruption system has to be punishing enough to where people aren't going to go out griefing people often.
Yeah, I think it'll be big. I think and again, we're going to see this at Alpha 2 early on. I think everyone's going to be so excited we haven't touched it in 3 years. So everybody's going to be, poking each other and trying to kill them and stuff like that. And there's going to be people who go corrupt.
Also keep in mind that Steven himself was a casual player. Yes, he ran the guild and everything, and like they did the stuff, but it wasn't like hardcore.
Oh no, I got people who were involved in his guild that I've talked to who said he was pretty hardcore. I don't know.
With how he plays?
Yeah, with how he plays, that he was a pretty hardcore player. Yeah.
Like,
are you hacking on Steven's skill level? Is that what I'm hearing here? Is that what... Here, clip this. Kree is calling Steven out live on stream. Yeah. We need a clip. Somebody clip it.
Like a hardcore mindset or hardcore play, Like, you got to do this.
I called the dwarves out the other day.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Steven, I've heard I've talked to quite a few of his former guild members. One of them's a close friend of mine, and he was very popular, and he did a lot for the guild, and to make the guild run efficiently and stuff like that. He had thousands and thousands of players. Now, if you're harping on his skill,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my underground.
Hey, Dark Mitten.
Dark Mitten, love your videos. If it's the same one,
it is the same one.
Incredible content.
And I'd give you a shout out right now with my breaking news, except it's broken, so I can't. But come back next stream on Saturday, and I'll do that. And let's go ahead and give him a shout out in chat. And let me do that for you. You guys say hello to him while I do this.
I already did.
Say it again.
Yeah. Keep up the good work, man. Really.
I haven't seen any Dark Mitten stuff, actually.
No, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
But back to Steven and everything, there's a complete difference between being a good guild leader and being good at all the logistics sides of everything like that, and then actually being good on the player side of things.
Yeah.
I don't think that you need to be all of them. There's tons of players. There's lots of streamers that aren't great at the game.
No,
you can have both.
I'm not saying that they have to be both.
So what are you saying?
I'm just saying there's a difference.
There are, different.
Of course, there's a difference, but you're basically, because what I'm hearing is you said he was really good on logistics and organizing shit, but he's dog shit and playing. That's what I'm hearing.
If everything on the dev stream and stuff is him actually playing,
there's no way.
Trying to if it is.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Then Steven, I'm sorry, you're a dog shit player.
Wow, I gotta clip. That's going on YouTube this week for sure.
Everyone was thinking that, and Kree had the balls to say it.
Now I've already called Steven out on a video. Okay. Remember?
Yeah, you did. You called him.
I love you. You're an amazing person. Thank you for making this game. If your gameplay on the dev streams is your actual gameplay, I'm sorry, you're ass at your own game.
I'm leaving that part out. We're only gonna get the dog shit part. I already called Steven out. Remember on his live stream where he had said that He blah blah something about us playing, and you wait till we get into Alpha 2 and then come up to him. That that's fine. So I brought up my guy from the Troy video. I accept your challenge, and tonight I'll drink to your bones. I mean, what do we got here? Darkman Steven is a loot goblin. Oh, he is a loot goblin. Absolutely, Darkman. Any shiny, he's picking shit up.
If you look at when during the fighter stream though, he kept forgetting the damn quest item.
Yeah, the quest loot for some reason. I guess he's just.
I didn't say he's good at looting.
No, that was weird.
That doesn't know how to loot.
They had to spawn a whole nother, what's it called? Elite Goblin or whatever.
I smell a one-on-one, Rock. This says between Kreirian and Steven incoming. Yeah, Rock, I think you need to clip this and send it to Steven directly. Maybe we can get Steven to pop into the stream. Who knows? But
if Steven comes in here and says, "Want some? Come get some." I'm
also going to give Steven somewhat of a benefit of the doubt right now, because during one of the dev streams, during the Q&A part, he did say that he was like hovering over things with the mouse and everything, so people can see the tooltips and read them while he's playing.
Yeah.
So
it's a showcase. It's not.
I hope that it's a showcase.
Now here's a question for you. Rock just says, Steven, be like, listen here, you little shit. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree, Rock.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let's see here.
Are you not entertained?
And again,
are you not entertained?
Please confirm that you're better than what you're seeing.
Is this not why you were
You're
here?
not the only one that has said this.
Here's a question about Steven. Now, we all know in games where you're fighting a lot of people, right? And there's some loot on the ground, all right? But you don't want to stop for loot, right? Because you want to keep finishing players off. Is Steven one of those players that in a big battle is breaking for loot while everyone else continues fighting? Do we think so?
I think so. He is.
I think he is.
There are those two different players, especially in ARPGs and stuff like that too. It just annoys the shit out of me.
Is there an auto loot button?
And you always hear the guild leader, stop picking up loot! Stop picking up loot!
And everyone knows it's always the same person usually.
Well, who's going to yell at Steven? He's the maker of the game and the guild leader. So, what are you going to do? But yeah, I could totally see Steven being a loot goblin.
I hope Steven gets in the game and that I'm on the same server as Steven, because
it's going to be good. They're going to have hidden accounts or something. I think they said something about that because too many people are trying to steal their accounts.
Steven made the game for himself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's giving it to other people, so he has other people.
Well, so don't you think he's going to be good at it if he made it for himself?
You think so?
I mean, it looks like we got an ad break in progress, so we'll
if I made a game, I hope I would be good at it.
McSteven McMuscles.
Steven, I'm sure we got to give him some benefit of the doubt. I mean, once he narrows down a class to play, I'm sure he'll be fine at it. And
he's a cleric.
Are you going to say, that's why he's a major cleric or tank, and they're all OP. If he was playing a rogue, maybe I'd say, okay, maybe a rogue or ranger, maybe not so skilled, but we'll see. I mean, I think anybody can play any class, given if you play it long enough. And the big thing is not only playing the class long enough, it's playing against other people. You need to learn what other classes can do against you, so then you know how to react to it.
Do you think all classes are created equal? Or is there going to be a difficulty? So you're saying that tanks...
They already said that they're going to be a whole rock, paper, scissors thing.
Yeah. They say but will they do it?
Are you talking about like how difficult?
Just difficulty, just general rotation difficulty. Ooh. You just said tank and cleric's going to be the easiest. Versus rogue, which maybe you're right about that.
We haven't seen rogue.
Exactly, we don't have enough info.
We haven't seen bard.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not enough.
Yeah,
and
I'll reserve thoughts on that. But I can tell you this, that clerics and mages will not be bad. They will not be bad.
Mages?
Mages and clerics will not be bad. You want to know why? Because Steven loves them. No one's going to want to go in there and play a dog shit mage or cleric. They're going to be good. And especially in his own game. Guarantee it. You could mark it, stamp it.
No way. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
I can't say the same thing about Steven in a rogue. Okay, I don't see Steven lusting over the rogue. Okay,
Lusting.
yeah. Does anyone else see Steven lusting over the rogue and saying that, or he's claimed that he's played it in the past or loves rogues or anything like that? No, yeah. So
there is that, but also keep in mind that Steven has purposely hired combat devs that are passionate about certain classes to work on them. He has, like there in the Warrior Showcase, he had this one specific person who was super hype about warriors work on the warrior. Same thing with the cleric, same thing with the mage. I bet you there's some people there that are hyped for all of the other classes that they're making.
They didn't announce the person working on the rogue, right?
I don't think so.
Not on the rogue, no. I think they said on the warrior they did.
Dragon Civilian says that Civilization says that Steven hates rogues because of Arcage and Herd. Yeah. I could totally see that, Dragon. That would totally make sense. I mean, look, Arcage was a different beast, and anybody who's played Arcage knows that that system was kind of funky. Dark Runners were way OP, and the fact that what made them OP was the fact of their gear system. The first one to run out there and level up a badass sword or bow was a god, and that whole system kind of sucked. So I didn't really care for that system. But yeah, Dark Runners, and every time they had a fresh start or whatever, everyone would just go play Dark Runners because they were OP. And so I can understand why Steven has a disdain for him, for sure. Have you ever played a rogue, Kree?
Yeah.
Conan.
Well, not even just Conan. I played rogue in WoW. I actually played rogue Arcage, and I played Nightblade in ESO.
Okay.
No shit.
There we go.
No, freaking...
Did you raid? Or wait, did you play... What's your raid experience with rogue when WoW?
I played
Left
Rogue,
Out.
Burning Crusade.
Burning Crusade and up?
Yeah. Oh, no, so I played Rogue during Burning Crusade.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Wrath of the Lich King, I played DK, and then from then on, I really started doing Hunter stuff.
There's something to talk about. Is the thing about rogues is, in raids, the fact Darkman says off talking. Hey, go Rams! Hell yeah, Darkman, my man! You are most welcome. Come back.
I still
all
call
the
them
time.
St. Louis Rams.
My man. But what was I gonna say? Rogues and raiding. Like we said before on last stream, rogues typically in raids were a lot of times left out. They were not the ones, because clerics don't want to have to heal them because they're up close taking a lot of damage in the face. The fact that they're going to have so many different mechanics available to make them wanted in raids, in dungeons, I'm excited for, because I'm not going to be that kid that doesn't get picked anymore. I'm actually going to get to play. So doesn't that excite you, possibly playing a rogue? And a ranger, of course, is always going to be wanted because of their ranged DPS damage.
Not to mention that the marks are group ride rather than this person.
Yeah.
It's huge, too.
But no, like, just playing rogues and stuff, like, my main in ESO for 7 years was a Nightblade, which is the rogue class. And I only switched over to Necromancer as a healer on that side.
What do you guys think about Bard?
It's going to be annoying as shit. Something tells me, like, PvP-wise, they're going to be their regen and their CC. It's going to be annoying.
I think Bard is going to go to a very similar direction that Augmentation Evoker did in WoW.
Explain.
Rockta's going to play Bard?
So, Augmentation Evoker in WoW essentially made it to where every other class could do what they're doing, but better. If you had a good player, you made him a great player. If you had a great player, you made him an amazing player, going on and on, right? If you had a pro player, that'd be nigh unstoppable.
The true support.
But if you had a bad player, that'd still be a bad player. Because the thing is that the Bard has already been said that you're going to make a tank better. You're going to make a DPS better. You're going to make a healer healed better. Okay? So, at a higher end of gameplay, a Bard is going to be great. On the lower end of gameplay, a Bard is going to be terrible.
I agree. That's why we need to play Lotro. We need to get back and actually check out their Bard again. I remember them being really good. just annoying as well.
I love the bards in Dark Age of Camelot personally. I thought they were a lot of fun. The fact, and I hope that they give a similar mechanic, that they gave a speed boost. They not only gave the buffs, but they gave the group a speed boost. So if you're running around the open world, you might have a 10% speed boost. Would you guys be okay with that? Because I think that's really cool.
Was that on mount as well?
No, I don't think we had mounts in Dark Age of Camelot.
I never played Camelot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there, at least when I played it, there weren't mounts. So it was all foot speed. So you absolutely wanted either a minstrel or a bard to make you faster.
Who doesn't love movement speed?
No, I mean it's big, especially when you're trying to come up and give somebody some surprise butt sex from behind.
Not that kind of orc.
Movement speed in PvP is always king.
Yeah,
it's
Plain simple.
No, and what kind of CC do you want to see, and who do you want to have the CC? We already know that Mage has the slumber. What kind of
Mage
CC?
has slumber. Cleric has their stun.
But that's just is it a one stun or a AOE stun?
It's so they have two types of CC. They have their judgment, which is a single target stun that's like 2 or 3 seconds. Then they have their chains, and the chains increase the effect of other CCs along with slow.
Wow, that's
yeah, like the chains are their whole
thing
in and of themselves. Yeah, I'd have to pull them up to see how the shit it does, but it does a lot.
That'd be cool.
Rogue will have a sap.
Would you consider the tank's javelin a CC?
Does it knock him down or stun him?
It pulls him to you, where you could stun him.
That is technically a CC, but it's not a true stun.
I mean, it's getting someone to do something against their will.
Like Ares.
Keep in mind, CC is just crowd control. That can be slowing, snaring.
I guess it could be anything,
etc. It's
not tripping too.
Are we talking about hard CC or just
exactly?
CC?
That's
hard.
When I think of
hard
CC,
CC,
I think of like
when we run up into a group. Am I going to be able to cast a root or something like that to root everybody in place and then let the mage sleep
is
them?
not a hard CC.
The roots, still don't make them. They can still cast during a root.
Yeah, so a hard CC is
unless it does damage and maybe that interrupts it. I don't know.
What do they call it in Ashes? They call it trip, right? When it's fully CC'd.
Yeah, so like the warrior, right? You can stagger them, and then when you finish a combo or whatever,
it's like shaken debuff or something like that.
Yeah, shaken increases chances to trip.
It's a real small percentage, though. I'd like to almost see that percentage go up a little bit because it almost seems like just kind of too small, like it's never going to happen. Rakta was saying that he's thinking about playing a minstrel in Ashes. What class is that again? That's a bard and what, Rakta?
Mage, isn't it?
Is it? You sure? Or ranger?
Oh, we're going to bard.
Maybe a bard. I don't know.
I think I should know. I used to be so good at these. Bard.
Okay,
bard.
You're going to be wanted for sure.
Go solo. There are solo classes. Yeah,
you're going to be wanted for sure. I mean, especially if you give some kind of a speed boost, and I mean, here's a thought. What do you guys think about the whole? We already know that we have the 3 bars, right? We have the health, we have the mana, we have the class mechanic, and now we're going. So is the stamina going to be a 4th bar, or how is that going to work? So
stamina is a universal bar between all classes.
Yeah, so it's another. So we have another bar. So we're working on 4 bars. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's a lot
for some class. Ranger will only have the 3. They only have 2 bars, and then that's that.
Rogue would have to move the stamina bar down to the center, or something, make it a little bit easier on the UI.
So, do you think Rogue is going to have energy over mana?
I don't know if it'll be energy, but it'll be something. I can.
No, I think Rogue will have just mana. It'll be health, mana, stamina.
I'd be fine with that.
I don't think Rogue's gonna. They may have combo points.
I'd be fine with that. So some classes are going to have to manage stuff more than others.
I want them to create a whole new cool mechanic instead of combo points.
I hate combo points. I hated the combo points in WoW. The way I played predominantly stealthers in Dark Age of Camelot. I played on all 3 realms. I played the Shadow Blades, I played the Nightshades, and the Infiltrators. And each of them were different in their own right. But the way Dark Age of Camelot did it was their combat would set off a chains. So you would have your initial move that you could do, and everybody could everybody could use that initial move. But say you evaded, then that would set up an attack that you could have because you evaded, or something like that. But your first strike would lead into the second attack, and if the second attack hit, it would light up your third attack, where it would you'd have a chain, and go off of that. But you'd also have the special things like riposte and evade, which would highlight a new ability that you could use. I liked that because it really kept you focused on on gameplay, and it was an interesting way because that leads into skill. It's not just face rolling on your keyboard trying to do things. It's actual skill, positioning, stuff like that. I think it's
like
important.
That. Yeah, I mean,
would you guys agree with a system like that? Would you like to see something like that?
Where you actually have to pay attention if you hit or not?
Yeah. And I'm not talking stun lock rogue like WoW was. I hated that. I just thought that was
loved that.
I don't know.
Loved it. Fucking, you just completely stun lock people and they're just crying, and then they give up, and you just fucking.
I don't think a lot of people like that mechanic. I'd like to see it. I don't think it's fun for a lot of people. But a mechanic where you're going off of, and this could go for any class. You're using your abilities to set up abilities, and I think that's
it's interesting for sure. It's like momentum combat, like hit, what's it called, system.
What do you think, Kree? He's staring. He's staring at something.
He's thinking.
I've played. I tried doing like the rogue class in BTO. I've done the one, and so I've done the one in WoW. To be honest, the one that has always felt the smoothest is the combo point system for WoW. I actually enjoy the combo point system for rogues.
It's solid.
Yeah.
Then again, I played more of like combat rogue back in the day, or what's now called outlaw.
I don't think Ashes is going to want to emulate that, though.
Yeah, it's not combat, it's outlaw now.
Oh wow, I still call it combat. Shit.
But it's more like active combat, like in your face fighter rather than stealthy.
Yeah.
I don't see them trying to copy too much stuff from WoW as far as classes. I think it's going to be, especially as Rogue, I think they're going to come up with their own unique system. I don't see it being combo points.
But Steven also said that they wanted Rogue to be more utility based rather than the whole stealthy backstab person.
That means more stunny.
I think that their whole system is going to be still with the combo points, but the combo points are going to be used for utility things.
Stunny and poisony, or just stunning?
Possibly.
Poisons, I think, could be a really good mechanic. What do you think about how the Rangers cast his buffs or his marks or whatever? What would you think about a mechanic like that for rogues, but they were able to switch poisons, quickly through that?
I think it's going to be exactly the same like the ammunition system that the Rangers has. You have the 3 different ammunitions. You're going to have a couple different poisons to use. The problem that I see with that currently, though, is that alchemy is supposed to be able to make poisons.
Yeah, you're going to want alchemy to make poisons because it's going to be a good source of changing things up.
That means any class can use poisons. It's not going to be just rogue.
Maybe it'll be stances or something like that.
Maybe it'll be a rogue-only potion.
But stances are already under fighter.
Maybe a vanish potion or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do for rogue.
The class-only potions, maybe.
I mean, possibly, but so far, all the equipment and everything has always been everyone can use it.
Universal.
I don't think they're going to limit alchemy poisons and stuff to just rogue.
What armor are you going to wear?
I think they're going to take
arrows?
an ESO route to it. I think they're going to take an ESO route to it and possibly if you do enchants on your weapons, you can't use poisons.
What class are you guys going to play at test? First class at test. Say all of them are in. What class are you going to play? Just hypothetically.
If all of them are in?
Let's just say hypothetically, all of them are in. What are you going to play?
Oh, rogue, easily.
Rogue? What about you, Kree?
Rogue.
I'm between cleric and ranger still, to be honest.
Cleric, ranger. All right.
I need to see the augment system because.
What are you gonna armor? What's your armor gonna be? Leather?
Leather for sure, because it's gonna be the best mix. I think best stats.
Dragon Civilization is that PvP caravan video when they focused aim shot a player with range. Oh, that was awesome. That definitely will be the meta for sure. and that's going to be very, very powerful. I completely 100% agree.
Also, I think it was the AMA and stuff. They already said that small coordinated groups are going to be able to take out bigger groups because they're coordinated and able to do focusing one by one.
We're going to be finding that healer in that group especially when they're coming up, and that's going to be the one that we're going to want to go ahead and nail. Get that guy.
If I'm playing a ranger, I'll be in medium armor, leather, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm playing a cleric, I'll be in heavy armor.
I mean, depending on what you're doing.
I'll go leather.
Cleric will be sword and board or mace and board. Heavy armor.
Like more like a pally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That could be very interesting.
I thought about going tank cleric paladin.
What if you're a fighter?
Alpha.
And is there going to be chainmail, or is it just going to be plate mail? Is there going to be a chainmail?
A higher mail?
There's cloth, like light, medium, heavy. So cloth, leather, plate. Essentially, is like what I'm thinking.
And do you think that there should be, because you said you play Arcade, so do you think there should be set bonuses so people can mix and match their armors?
There are already set bonuses.
I mean like Arcade.
What was it like in Arcade?
Arcade would, Dark Mitten says, I thought about this today. There is a way to counter the one target nuke, maybe a cleric, a half second invulnerable shield with cooldown, can't react quick enough. Yeah, possibly. The shields are going to be big.
Dodge roll does not have iframes.
Yeah, no iframes for the dodge roll.
It's not Dark Souls.
No, and New World's freaking dodging was broken as shit.
To just survive the one target nuke. It depends on if they know it's coming or not.
Yeah, if you time it, why not word or lay of hands?
I don't think that guy ever saw it coming. The one when they were on top of the cliff. I don't know if he saw it coming or not.
They definitely knew it was coming, but they weren't supposed to react to it. It was staged completely. But it completely depends on who sees who first. Like if you're engaging somebody and they see you before they engage, depending on the class that they are they going to be able to react to it? Cleric doesn't have the invulnerable. No class has the whole invulnerable thing. But are they going to be able to use some sort of defensive or get out of the way?
Getting back to the set bonuses, look it up real quick, Kreirian, what the set bonuses were for on Arcade.
Is it the same thing for Arcade? Just like having
remember you had like items will give
you
we have the standard.
Are you talking about like the armor set bonuses?
Yeah, like the armor set bonuses, like your full plate. So you're going to be obviously stronger against melee physical, but you're going to be weaker against physical. But there's also trade-offs, like your mana regen is less or something like that. There's or say in Ashes that if you're in full plate, it makes you a little bit slower, which would make sense that you should be a little bit slower if you're running in plate. Do you think that they should have some kind of negatives with their armor? I do. I think it would allow for more choice. What I really, and I've said this before time and time again in the streams, is I don't want to see everybody running around in plate armor. It just takes away from the game.
There's going to be trade-offs. 100% there's going to be trade-offs.
They haven't really talked about it, though.
In the wiki, it says, like, stats. I mean, leather's going to be the most all-around. That means there's stat
I want to see more
and
of the
ability
stats,
wise.
though. I want to see more of the stats. I want to see definitely
ability wise
detriments to wearing plate or leather or cloth.
In an interview back in July of 2020, they already stated that there is going to be an overarching set effect to people wearing exclusively one type of armor.
Like Arcade, then.
We don't know what those are. However, armor itself is going, like different types of gear are going to have set bonuses within and of themselves. Yeah. So people can mix part heavy, part medium, part light to get set bonuses from certain gear sets.
You want to address Dark Mitten?
Yes, Struckman. That's what I just said. Yes, if you're wearing a full light set, you will get some sort of bonus. That
like
bonus
movement
has not
ability
stated
or whatever. Yeah.
It was too quick. Well, guys, I think that was it was pretty good. We were kind of all over the places again, as you can definitely, as definitely happens when you come to the Hidden Dagger Inn. We're usually all over the place, but I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap it up, and we're going to go ahead and send a raid over to Vladis Gaming. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Sorry for the early technical difficulties. We'll try to get everything straightened out. We are, all streaming together right now. We're just trying to work out the finer details. We're trying to get prepared, cock-lock, and ready to rock for Alpha 2. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please come back to the new followers. Thank you very much. Kree and Peranaught, make sure you guys follow these guys also. If you guys have anything to add before we start the raid.
No. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and come back. Come back and see us.
You guys want to put out your channel names? They should already know it, but...
Peranaught.
All right, Peranaught. They stream a lot of stuff during the week. They're Peranaught streams a bunch of different games, so definitely tune into these guys. And hang on just 1 second, Dragon Civilization. We're gonna hit raid, and so stick in here so he doesn't see us raiding with one person. So thanks, guys. God bless. We'll see you soon.
Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks, guys. And we're going to start the raid right now. Here we go. Bye, guys. Take care.